founder of the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships, Mr. David Feldman. We all know and have heard about the $25 million tournament.
I know you're really good friends with Ben Rothwell, but we could see you versus Ben Rothwell in the finals.
You know me, I like to get in there.
I was doing a lot of underground fights. Like I said, cops would come in the front door, we go out the back door.
There's a story I read about you, Dave, of you jumping the gates to get over to Dana White to tell him about bare knuckle.
Yeah, I was at a fight in Atlantic City, actually. I saw him at the fight, and I'm like...
You know, what can you tell us about your game plan, fight against Charles Oliveira?
He have a very good grappling, crazy ground game, and I was scared to go to school, and this guy's like bullying me like maybe a month. I see him in the class, he going to me, and I push him with my shoulder, and he turned to me like, what the f you did? I said, what? And I take his head and I smash him all.
Woo, we back, baby. Overdogs podcast, episode USA, September. We're in the building. Well, you're here with us. I appreciate you. Subscribe, like, check us out. Overdogs podcast, baby. We're bringing in some more heat. After UFC Paris over the weekend, the Fighting Nerds got beat. I thought Ruffy, and I know I went with our guest pick and I said Cal, but then I wrote on Instagram, I was like, I don't know, man, Imavov. What do you think, Mac? Do you think Imavov beats Khamzat Chimaev? Does he deserve the title shot?
I mean, no. I'm gonna be honest. There's just something so uninspiring about Imavov. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying he hasn't worked his way to the top, but like, I'm not feeling it, man. Like, it was a great fight. He showed out, and he proved us wrong. I don't know, bro. Like, it's not impressive to me. It just feels so underwhelming. I'd rather see him fight. I want to see him fight again probably before the title shot. I don't know, hot take, but I'm uninspired. There's just something about him that doesn't scream, hell yeah. I don't know.
His RDR and Fluffy are going at it.
See, the winner, he should fight. Yeah. The winner of that should fight
Imavov, and then we'll decide. Oh, wait.
That's fine, too.
You're saying go right to Hamza. I'm saying, so after they fight, they'll probably, one of them, the winner, will want a title shot.
Yeah. I mean, I'm cool with however you do it. Like, I'm cool if you give Imavov a shot. I mean, you know, on paper, he could deserve it.
A contender fight, like not.
I'm cool with you giving it to Khamzat. It's just not that. It's not that exciting to me, dude. And like, I don't know. I don't think Kyle had his best performance, like by any means. He said something after the fight about he felt no adrenaline during the fight. Like, I don't know. There was just something about Imavov's performance where it wasn't. So it just doesn't. There's nothing that gets me gassed up for a Khamzat fight. I guess that's all I'm saying.
Man, another big fight happening this weekend. Canelo Crawford. That's a good one. Who you got in that?
I'm gonna go Canelo.
Yeah, dude.
Well, and it also depends on if the Netflix stream even stays up. I mean, remember the Tyson fight? You know.
Yeah, I mean the Bivol. Videos I've seen of Bivol saying, you know, showing his bruises on his arms, Canelo punching him. Canelo's cleaned some clocks. My barber today was talking about now that he speaks English, his trash talk has been top tier.
Yeah.
Now that he speaks English, his trash talk's funny, man. You know, Caleb Plant is a really tough fighter. Canelo stopped him. You know, so. Yeah, that's a really interesting one, man. I think I'm going Canelo on that one as well.
Yeah.
I mean, T-Bug could win it. He's very good and skilled, but I just feel like Canelo has fought more names. And if is he still as sharp? Like,
yeah.
I think that stays with him on a boxer of that scale. I saw him spending like $4 million on watches.
Yeah, I watched that earlier too, yeah.
God, it's crazy. He's like, it's hard to say no to one of them.
Yeah.
Jeez, and they had $1 billion worth of watches in that room. I guess something is worth what somebody will pay for it.
I mean, it's actually crazy though to think like how much bigger boxing is when it comes to like being the top of boxing and being able to just. I mean, that is stupid rich. That's stupid rich. And I'm not taking it. He should be cool. Like Canelo, everyone knows Canelo. And I'm from New Mexico, so I don't know. Maybe he's bigger here. But hold on, can I circle back to something? You brought up the Ruffy fight. I want to get your take on this. Do you think we just all slept on BSD, or do you think like is Ruffy?
I mean, the fight game is just wild, bro. Whoever shows up that night, like Ruffy was smoking cats, and then he got dragged into some deeper water, and Benoit Saint Denis showed up when we've seen him struggle. So, I mean, some guys, man, they just get tired. You know, life give you the lessons that you need sometimes, man. And, you know, all these fighters that train every day and they really commit themselves, they're all battle-hardened warriors, bro. Eventually, you know, it's like the best man, may the best man win, but the best man could be, like these bets be picking all over the place. It's so hard to pick UFC fights because you could know everything about the guy's career.
Yeah.
You could watch every fight, and either he shows up that night or someone else does.
I hit a six game NFL parlay yesterday on Overdogs bet. So, you know, football it's still the same idea, but
That's what's up.
well, okay, but I think BSD just went in there with a like, you know, he's got his crowd behind him, and he was like, "Do not strike with this." Just like he was spamming those takedowns. It was like, that's the game plan. Do not strike with Ruffy whatsoever. First time he was shooting, I mean, he was just diving on him, dude. I'm not putting it down. Like, that was the game plan, and Ruffy had no answer for
You
it.
gotta be prepared for that. You know,
I think BSD, I think Ruffy
tough
is good.
question. I mean, with the way things are going, they still got
oh yeah,
he's coming up. His fight's coming up against
this weekend.
Yeah, John Silva's coming up this week against Diego Lopez. You know, we see Diego back, or, you know, are the fighting nerds? Don't kill me, guys. Are they overhyped, Matt?
I don't think they're overhyped. I think just like anything, I think it's just human nature now. Like, someone f***s up once. I mean, like, look at the way they on BSD. He lost to Poirier, bro. And then, like, Moicano's a vet. I don't know. It was, they wrote off BSD. Then he executes his game plan and beats Ruffy. And now Ruffy's just complete. And then Cal Bryald hasn't lost in 10 years. Now all of a sudden he's on it. You know, he sucks. And Imavov just beat Izzy. Protest. Look, he bounced back. Nasty.
He had a close fight, 5-rounder with Ian Gary, who's a top prospect. Ian Gary showed up with a good game plan, take it to the ground. He's been doing jiu-jitsu with Charles Oliveira. So, you know, but that shows his striking skill, considering, you know, Protez likes to strike. He likes to just throw heat. So he's an entertaining guy. Looks like our guest is here, folks. Please help me welcome the founder of the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships, Mr. David Feldman. All right. What's up, boss man? How are you?
I'm good, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing well, sir. In full preparation for our event October 4th. Very excited for it, man.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a great event. Our first time in New Jersey, also, you know, right near New York, so we're going to get that crowd. Tickets are selling good, man. It's going to be a great event, man. Looking for some more violence, my man.
Yes, sir, brother. That's great to hear, man. I'm going to, you know what I do, man. I be showing up. I like to have some fun in there. But, you know, speaking of New Jersey and everything, how did it's cool, by the way, to headline a card, and we got Frankie Edgar on there. How did that fight come about between Frankie and Jimmy?
We were talking just for a little bit to Frankie, and, you know, wasn't 100% sure that we wanted to pull the trigger, and he wanted to pull the trigger, but his manager got back in touch with us and said he's in, so we talked, offered him Jimmy Rivera. Jimmy Rivera in 2 seconds said, yeah, let's do this. So, you know, they know each other, they train together, but they're both very good fighters, and I think it's going to be a good Jersey war. Good thing is they're both very popular in New Jersey, so, you know, that helps too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing how the crowd turns up for those guys. I know that. Oh,
See
look at
that?
that! Look, I got one right here too.
Oh, man.
King of Violence is on the line on October 4th at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. I'm headlining the card. It's a great honor in bare knuckle. You know, bare knuckle has its history. You guys were turned down by 28 states over 50 times. You have a history. Like, there's a story I read about you, Dave, of you jumping the gates to get over to Dana White to tell him about bare knuckle and give him the concept, and he blew it off. Could you tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah, I was at a fight in Atlantic City, actually, with my buddy. I was promoting mixed martial arts at the time and doing underground bare knuckle fights, all over Philadelphia, Delaware, New Jersey, really all up and down the East Coast. We were doing the underground fights. And we just did one where ESPN was there, and they did a story. ESPN magazine did a story, and I said, I saw him at the fight, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna jump over this this barricade, or shouldn't I? And I just jumped over the barricade, tapped him on the shoulder. I said, "Yo, talk to you about this bare knuckle thing. You hear about it?" Yeah, man, I heard about it. Sounds good, man. He said, I said, "Well, let's talk, man." He said, "Man, you'll never get that thing legal. That's not going anywhere, man. Stop. Forget about it." And I was like, "Isn't that what they said to you, man?" And then he's like, "Huh?" And I said, "I'll see you at the top." And I walked away, and I'm like, I just told Dana White I'm going to see him at the top. But I was like, now I got to make it happen. And, that was back in 2014. And here we are, 11 years later, and we're the fastest growing combat sport in the world. Getting a tremendous traction, about to enter into a huge platform television deal. So everything is really looking good for BKFC right now. Long, hard journey, though, man. No joke. Now with Dirty Boxing what you're doing, and everybody, it's not as easy as it looks, man.
Oh man, you guys are making waves. Like, the way that you get your show pumping, the way that things start coming in, and I'm having more work to do. You guys start calling, "Hey Mike, we're gonna need you to do this, and this."
Yeah.
But it's a good time, and it is a very exhilarating show. The fans seem to love it. The way you guys put the stage together, the lights, everything is top notch. The in between fights, you guys are keeping fans entertained. I get to go see it this weekend. Yoel Romero is making his BKFC debut. I'm very excited to see that. And we got Kimbo Slice Jr. on the card as well. And then the rematch between Perdomo and the former light heavyweight champion.
Yep, man, that's going to be a good one, because there was a little controversy in that fight last time. He says he got hit when he was down. He ran around the ring. He did things, but I mean, I don't think you can take away from Leonardo Perdomo, man. 9-0, 9 first-round knockouts. He's never made it past a minute in any of his fights yet. So I mean, he's had 9 fights and fought less than 9 minutes. So that's pretty damn impressive, man. He's got a hell of a story too, coming from Cuba, a refugee from Cuba. He's got a hell of a story, and we're building him into something good. Everybody's calling him the bare knuckle Mike Tyson. So we're going to see if he can if he can do a little bit of the same this Friday night. And then we have a lot of great fights on the undercard too. A lot of them good Miami kids coming up that want to be in title contention. It's great, man. I'm just really pumped, though. It's going to be an amazing fight. It's almost sold out. It'll be sold out by fight time. But for your fight, man, because you got Mike Perry, who's the face of BKFC, the king of violence, right? And I told people when you fought Jake Paul, like, I didn't like it only because it was different. It was boxing, not fighting, right? Like I said, Mike's a fighter. He's not a boxer. Like, you're not a dancer. You're not a boxer. You're a fighter. I said, Mike doesn't necessarily knock you out. He breaks you. And that's what you do, right? You actually break people's faces. You broke the last 2 guys' faces. So that's why, I think, like, this is your sport, man. You're the king of violence for a reason. And you got a guy, Jeremy Stevens, who really doesn't want to take no for an answer, who just came off of a really nice win as an underdog against Eddie Alvarez. Same thing, ate some good shots and came back and and broke his face, right? So, I mean, you guys have two things in common, and we're going to settle it on October 4th. Man, I'm really looking forward to that. You know, I think your nemesis and a guy that you really want to fight is going to be in the crowd. I had a talk with him today. I'm pretty sure he's going to be sitting there in the crowd.
All right, when can we expect that guy to possibly step foot in the bare knuckles?
I mean, you know, I was chasing him, Mike. I was chasing him, but he hit me the past couple of days a couple of times. So I think, you know, he knows that this is, you know, there's not a lot of opportunity for him outside to make good money and to really have a lot of spark about it, right? I mean, we're talking about Darren Till, just so everybody wants to know. We're talking about Darren Till. He did score. He looked really good against Luke Rockhold. He did look technical. He looked good, and he cracked good. Mm-hmm. But again, he ended up knocking out Luke Rockhold. You broke Luke Rockhold, right? You made him quit. And, you know, you don't choose to get knocked out. You get knocked out because you got knocked out. You choose to quit. You choose to quit because you don't like what's happening in front of you, and that's what you did to him. And I'm just looking forward to this fight with you and Jeremy Stephens. I think it's going to be great. We got Frankie Edgar on the card, like you said earlier, and Jimmy Rivera. That's a banger. And then we got the Queen of Violence. You know, I think both of these ladies used to be truck drivers, by the way that they were talking at the press conference. But it's amazing, man. You got Jessica Borger versus Christine Faria. I mean, that's going to be a war. So many fights on the undercard. The first fight at the historic Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey on October 4th, right outside of New York, 20 minutes from New York. Tickets are going good, but get your tickets now. Don't be sold out of this. It's going to be a sold-out event. And I'm really, really just happy to see you back. It's been, a year and a half almost since you fought last. And, you know, that was, you know, untimely what happened, but here we are, and we're coming back.
It's all a lesson, man, and I take it in stride. You know, there was things you have to look into the details about specific things, you know, calling me on 3 weeks, making it a weight class I've never been in. It was the longest fight I've ever been in throughout my entire professional career. I've never fought or been under the lights for more than 20 minutes. So I was under those lights for 20 minutes. You know, it was all new ground, the weight class, all those things. But, you know, it just drives me harder. Now I just consistently try to be a better man through life, my family, and, you know, I still try to bring the heat when we're talking some trash. I'll bust some jokes here and there. Sometimes it helps if they open the door first. But, you know, it's like with this Jeremy Stephens fight, it's like it's not exactly where we were aiming per se. You know, it kind of was meant to be with me and him.
No, we can talk about it. Look, you were going to fight Robbie Lawler. That was the fight we had. Yeah, Robbie Lawler fight. It just didn't work out with him getting out of the UFC contract. It was too many hiccups that were involved with that, and it just didn't happen. But now you talk about King of Violence, like that's the King of Violence championship, right? I mean, the one of the most violent men ever in the UFC. You are the most violent man in BKFC, and I was so looking forward to that. But unfortunately, it didn't happen, and unfortunately, Jeremy Stephens has the balls to step up and you know, take you on. I mean, hats come off to him because this is not an easy task for him coming up in weight, and you know he's betting on himself.
I know it's a challenge, and he's a scrappy guy who's not to be underlooked or undercut, and I got to deal with his. You know, he's not that little. He's just a little bit shorter than me, but you know, it's funny to call him little. So, you know, the fight came about, and Jeremy fits the description because he's got 3 bare knuckle fights, wins, and, you know, maybe one day I'll get to face these other stars who have no experience in bare knuckle, and I'll just do what I do to them. That works for me.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to see something like that happen. That'd be great.
Yeah, man. We got to get in there. Brad Pitt. I think it was your brother was asking me, what celebrity do I want to fight? It was either Mark Wahlberg or Brad Pitt. I was like, y'all come on in here, man. Shaq was calling me out.
So we've been talking to Mark, just so you know, we've been talking to Mark a lot, and he's actually agreed to help us out with a docuseries we're going to do for BKFC, and you know, I think you're going to be a part of that too. It's going to be great, man.
Oh, that sounds
awesome. Really awesome. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to that because anything he touches his name to really, really helps us. and he associates with Mr. Violence right here. I mean, it's a great combination, man.
The violence things, as we say that, it's like as I'm getting older, and it's like I know I got to put on a show and I got to talk and I got to say some things, and sometimes the guys won't open the door first, or I got to be careful about how I weasel my way in there because I don't want to dig a hole for myself, and then I think about something before it's time for me to throw some punches. And sometimes with the entertainment business, if the fans want to pay attention, sometimes they like people that are more clean cut and not going to say these crazy outspoken things. But as the bare knuckle king of violence, I feel like I have to say some things sometimes to get people to pay attention. Or, you're talking about Darren Till. If Jake Paul would never take off the gloves, then that would be the only reason that he wouldn't come over.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there, right? I mean, that would be right now very, very interesting. You guys have some animosity. He's coming off a couple great boxing wins, and you obviously are the king of violence, man. That would be sensational.
That would be a big star I would like to face over there.
Who would you, if you had your pick of anyone you could fight in bare knuckle, who would you want to fight? Anybody in the world?
Oh, man. A young J-Lo or Beyonce or somebody. Take a easy win, bro. Easy paycheck, bro. Let me get the dub real quick. Oh, man.
So, Conor keeps talking. He wants the winner. So I think, I know obviously he's got something coming up with the UFC, but that would be something pretty special.
When you brought up Darren Till and you said this nemesis of mine, I wasn't thinking Darren Till at the time. I kind of thought you were talking about Conor. So I was like, hey, when could we possibly see that guy in the squared circle?
Yeah, you're probably, he has 2 fights with the UFC, and they're not, he's the cash cow. They're not going to let him go anytime soon. So he's going to have to fulfill those 2 obligations.
Right.
He is,
He's about to be president of Ireland.
Yeah, man. I mean, you never know.
Could you imagine a presidential candidate fighting in any fight?
That's crazy, man. That is so crazy. But you know what?
Wow.
You got to take your hat off to the guy. He's ambitious. He thinks he can be anything in the world. And you know what? When you think you can be anything in the world, sometimes you can, right? You just make it happen.
Well, and if you're kicking people's ass in a cage as the president of a country,
wow,
the respect goes. Yeah,
what kind of respect is that?
It's always inspiring.
Yeah, I know, man. That's crazy.
So,
let me throw a question in here, Mike, because it was going into something I was going to ask you, Mr. Feldman. So I talk with Mike once a week on here for a long time, and as much as I know, Mike's hungry to fight. And, it's how hard is it as a promoter to actually get and find someone appropriate for, one of your stars like Mike, or your biggest star like Mike, and find someone who makes sense, someone who will actually sign up and sign the contract and, doesn't demand exorbitant amounts of money. And just someone that makes sense, because you won't throw them in there with anybody. How hard is it to actually come down to boiling down an opponent and securing it?
Yeah, man, it's really got to make sense, right? You do have some of the champs in our division, Dave Mundell and Josh Dyer. They want to fight. They want to fight Mike Perry, but it also has to make PR, advertising. It has to be a buzz about it too, right? And that's the thing. I think they're getting more well-known, and maybe eventually someday that does happen. But it's got to be someone that can fight, that's going to create a buzz, that's going to get people to say, oh, wow. Because if they just go, I'll see that fight. Like the one fight we had, it was a last-minute replacement, but we had to do it with Thiago Alves. Mm-hmm. Fans weren't that excited about it. But, it was a name. We threw him in there, and you did your thing with him. But everybody else that you fought, really, everybody was excited about those fights because – they were fights that kind of created a buzz, and that's what you need to do. It's not an easy task because it's bare knuckle. And a lot of the guys think, yeah, man, I'll beat Mike Perry. And then they go, ooh, it's bare knuckle. I don't know if I'm going to beat Mike Perry in bare knuckle. I don't know if I want to fight him in bare knuckle. So that gets a little difficult. But I think that, it's the guys that fight Mike get paid pretty decent. So I think that they're, there's definitely not a shortage of guys, but there's not a guys lining up to fight him. Like, they don't want to fight Mike Perry. I mean, you are talking to a guy who broke a lot of people's faces in this sport.
I would imagine there's a lot of guys that probably say they'd fight him, but then they want, you know, triple the amount of money they usually make because BKFC is perceived as so dangerous, and, you know, Mike's breaking people's faces, you know?
Yeah, man. And the crazy thing about that, I'm glad you mentioned that. Like, you know, we have, when we first started this thing, I'm trying to get it legal, and, you know, I'm trying to tell people it's safer, and I'm trying to show people, and I can't because I don't have any data. I don't have any films. Now I've got films. We actually just went over yesterday. We have 2,600 fights that we've had, and we have less facial fractures. We have less concussions. We have less handbrakes. The only thing we have more of, obviously, is cuts than boxing or mixed martial arts. So the perception is that it's nasty, it's raw, you know, it's backyard, it's barbaric. But the reality is it's actually not as dangerous as boxing or mixed martial arts. I don't say safer because anytime that you get into a ring or a cage and your object is to knock out your opponent, that's not safe, right? Mm-hmm. But it's no more dangerous than any of the other sports. And I think it's you know, it's gaining a lot of popularity. It's breaking perceptions. It's breaking barriers. And I think that a lot more guys are getting interested in it right now.
Okay, let me. You made me think of a point that I've never thought of before when you mentioned the Dana story earlier, and it goes into what you're saying. So when you first came around, I remember when BKFC came out, a lot of people thought it was way too violent. It was way too violent, exactly what you're saying. It was just too much for some people. Your, you know, tenacity and just continuing to push it, and you kept getting the fights, kept signing fighters, and kept going. People started kind of calming down and accepting it. But you talked about Dana. Do you think, like, you know, I'll see you at the top. Do you think he took any of the fire or, like, backlash for BKFC and its violence when he started slap fighting? Because now everyone just 100% comes together, goes, no, now that's retarded.
Yeah.
Like, BKFC's chill, that's retarded. Don't go do that. You think he took that smoke off you?
Yeah, I definitely do. I definitely think he helped, you know, people widen their appetite a little bit more and understand that, man, you know, it's a fist fight. It's literally a fist fight. It's the most relatable thing in the world. It's a fist fight. Yeah. Everybody knows what a fist fight is. Yeah. It happens on the schoolyard. It happens in the bar. It happens on the fields. And now it happens in the squared circle. So I think that he took a lot of that negative perception away because of slap fighting. I mean, you're talking a defenseless sport, right? I'm not saying it's stupid because it's creating tremendous traction, but it's a defenseless sport. I mean, it's defenseless. It's crazy. And, you know, a lot of people don't know when I actually started this thing. So I was doing a lot of underground fights. Like I said, like we would do underground fights. We would have different fighters fighting. People would be coming in the front door. We would do the fight. Cops would come in the front door. We go out the back door. Like, that's just what it is. The commissioner actually of Pennsylvania just told me he's going to do a testimonial for the Docuseries that's coming up. He said, you know how many times we chased you and we just couldn't find you, man. We knew you were doing those fights. But I actually fought in some of them. That's the thing. I actually fought in a couple of the underground fights when guys didn't show up. And so I'm not only the president, I'm also a client.
Somebody called you out. I was reading at an event one night, and they were a famous fighter, and you beat them that night.
Yeah, I broke the guy's ribs. he shined me up, though. He did. I mean, I did have a nice little shiner, but I hit him with a right hook to the body and broke his ribs.
So your dad was a pro boxer, and your house was always in camp mode. There was fighters living with you. You grew up that way?
Yeah, my mom and dad, my mom got seriously injured in a bad situation. She got thrown out of a car, beat up by a guy, put into she was a quadriplegic her whole life. And my dad ended up just moving fighters into the house. It became a training camp for the fighters. So we're in a white neighborhood, and we got nothing but black fighters running up and down the streets. And the cops are pulling them over left and right until we have to go talk to them and say, yo, these guys are fighting on TV. Everything's good. And he trained 7 world champions out of there. Wow. So, we grew up with fighters in our house all, my whole entire childhood into my adulthood. That's, we had no choice but to fight. I think that, and also being a fighter and getting punched in our mouth, I think that's what makes me especially more relatable to you guys, right? Like, I get it. I know what you're going through, and we don't really have any animosity against each other, any bullshit. We just, I get it. I get what you guys do. And that's why also, like, I won't take a bunch of take a little, but I won't take a bunch of shit. I'll be like, yo, man, I get this too, man. And if you want to go, I don't want to get hit anymore, but, you know, if I have to, I will.
He's super down to earth, man. For real boss. But, like, you guys intimidate me sometimes in some of those meetings when I'm walking by. You talking with some tough people, I don't know, just some tough guys. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to go bother Dave in that meeting right now.
Yeah, man, we're just, like I said, man, a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort, man, just pushing this thing as hard as we can. And I think we're in talks right now with some big stuff for everybody, and it's going to change the game for everybody. And it's, it should happen here in the next about 4 to 6 weeks.
I mean, speaking of big stuff, we all know and have heard about the $25 million tournament.
Yep.
We're gaining ground on that. Has anything changed with that? And
no, I mean, 185 pounds is the bottom weight. The top weight's 275 pounds. It's one weight class. It's an open weight class. We're going to have 64 guys in the tournament. We're going to narrow it down over a year, and then we'll have the final card. It'll be in the Middle East. First fight will be in California in late March or early April. And then it'll go out into 12 months from there. And the finals.
Sanctioned?
Yeah, everything's sanctioned.
Wow.
Yeah, all the commissions approved it, and they were good with the open weight, as long as it was at the top of the weight. If it was a bottom, like let's say 125 to 165, they wouldn't have allowed it because it's too much of a disparity in the weight down there for the percentage of weight. But up top, it didn't matter as much. So, I know you're really good friends with Ben Rothwell, but we could see you versus Ben Rothwell in the finals.
Yeah. So I've heard. Hey, I'd give it my best shot if I toe the line with the big guy. I'd figure out a game plan. I'm either gonna run and move, or, me. I like to get in there.
You do. You do like to
get in there. That's what I was trying to break down and get at earlier. Like you mentioned it about some of the guys were good people, and some of the guys, you never know with people sometimes in this world. And it's like, I feel like that's one of the things that makes me a great fighter, is that I really do try to have a good heart, and mixing with the entertainment business and trying to excite people sometimes I can get a little confused, but really, I have a good heart. I mean well, and I think that's why I can perform in this violent sport, is because it's just I have nothing to lose.
Well, I'll tell you the one thing that I'm going to say about you is, it has nothing to do with fighting, but I noticed you evolve since you've been with us from, I'm not saying a while, man, but, you were just becoming a family man into right now, man, like a real great father, husband, good dude, man, like a good family man. And that was, that's why are we doing all this? We're doing all this for our family, right? And if we can be a good family man, that's what counts. And
Amen.
That's what counts.
Amen to that, brother. I hope your family's doing well. I'm sure they are. And earlier when we were talking about it, getting through all the history of bare knuckle and this and that, and you told Dana you'd see him at the top, and it's like, I've seen you pretty stressed out on fight week. Because you bet everything on these events, on these biggest events that you've done. You put it all on the line, and you're really playing with fire sometimes. And is that feeling still coming with this next big event? Are you more comfortable in these situations now? You believe more that the bare knuckle is going to make it possible, or is there still those moments of, oh, I really need this one to swing it this week?
Well, I think what happened is we grew so fast, so we had to keep up with ourselves. So when you grow fast, you can't say, okay, let me slow down, because then the fans, the media, and everybody has a perception of, oh, they couldn't sustain what they were doing. So I had to go faster. And because I have to go faster, it's more and more pressure on me. But my wife argued with me at times about, what I did with some of the money, and I had to do it. And I say, listen, I'm married to you. You want me all in or all out? You want me all in or all out? And she's like, all in. I said, well, I'm married to this too, man. I'm all in. I'm here. It's going to go to the top. I mean, it's never going to fall in the middle. It's either going to go or it's going to not. It's just not going to go at all. It's not going to. This promotion, as fast as we're growing, can't fall in the middle. It's either going to be near the top or it's not going to last anymore. And I bet on that it's going to the top.
Yeah,
and
I don't
it looks
see
like
that
a lot of
not
people have bet with me. And a lot of people are very excited about where this thing's about to go.
That was about to be Mike. Can I stack on to this?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
This is what I think's really cool. I'm gonna try to condense this. I think of these questions like as you're telling me stuff. So Mike, forgive me. Like interesting about BKFC is, dude. Like I said, you started with people like kind of hating it. Now they don't anymore. And you know, you worked with Bellator, I think, right?
I worked with a couple. I got a couple of their fighters.
Okay. Well, so like when you see Bellator dead now, which is kind of wild. We knew that forever. PFL struggles. You know, they talk about expanding all the time. You know, Karate Combat wanted to hold monthly events, and it looks like it's dissolving, you know, and they maybe have one international show. But meanwhile, you've been making these promises in, like you just said, dude, like every week. It's Italy, then it's Spain, and then, you know, Philadelphia, and it's week after week. So I'm curious here, dude, because PFL is not doing that well. It's just not. And I know you guys are a different sport, but what makes you different, and what the fuck did PFL, Bellator do wrong? What makes you different?
I just think that all of these other sports are, I mean, all these other MMA. So I rewind. I didn't start a new promotion. I started a new sport.
Yeah.
And the sport created its own lane.
Yeah.
A very exciting, brutal, you know, semi-barbaric, relatable lane, though. Relatable. And I say this because I do this all the time. I get investors in the room, like at a hotel lobby, and I walk around. I'll say, watch this. I'll go, you know what an Umapalata is? You know what a Kimura is? And they go, no, no, no. You know what a bare knuckle punch is? Yes, 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 yes. Everybody in the world knows what a bare knuckle punch is. They get it. Not only do they get it, they've punched someone in the mouth at some point in their life. They've been punched in the mouth, or they watched their friend do it. They've seen it. They get it. They understand it. And that's what I think really makes this thing why we sell tickets. Like we sell tickets. Like we sell more tickets than anybody except the UFC and obviously the major boxing matches. But we sell tickets. I mean, you know, like again, another sellout here at the Hard Rock. It'll be our 12th straight sellout, and nobody really sold out there. But we're selling out for the 12th straight time. It's because it's different. Mm-hmm. It's relatable. And it's exciting,
it's
man.
Fun, it's
like
fast,
you can't stop looking at it. It's not like you can have a conversation with your boy while the boxing match is going on, and then look at it again, and it's almost where you left off. Mm-hmm. Anything can happen in that moment. Right. Like, you know, that guy can get up and drop that guy. Yeah. And we just watched some of it this weekend that I was watching at this training session I was doing. I mean, it's just, I think it's the two real major things: exciting and relatable. Yeah, that's the things that really makes it so. We separated ourselves from everything. We're not a Me Too, right? We're just not another Me Too promotion. Mm-hmm. We're different. And when you're different, you know, people will look at you, but they'll also look at you differently. And it'll also be struggles, and it'll also be trials and tribulations. It's not all easy. It's hard because you have to teach people what it is at the same time you're marketing it. So you're not just marketing the event, you're teaching them what it is at the same time as marketing it. So you're doing double the work to get the same customer as another promotion has to just do single the work. So it's a lot of work. Like I said, it's a lot of sacrifices. But like my employees here, most of the guys have been with me since day one. Like I've got ride or die guys here because they believe in it. And if they didn't, look, maybe I'm delusional. But I'm saying maybe I'm delusional, and I just think it can be great. But when I see all these guys think it can be great, you know, I know we got something really, really special here. And they believe in me because I put my money where my mouth is. I put everything I had. Listen, when you fought Luke Rockhold, I put everything in my whole life. I had no money. I literally had like $300 left. I was broke, man, and it cashed in. It worked. That's when we met Conor. That's when everybody said we owned the weekend. When everything happened, it was
great. You brought him out, though. You brought Conor there. And then, I mean, I think I've told the fans about the kind of OG plan, the original plan was like
Yep.
I was maybe supposed to talk to Cowboy. But the way that the crowd went nuts when I was upstairs in my locker room and Conor entered the house and people went crazy. So I was just like, that's what I have to do tonight after I win. I got to get that guy in the ring. And
You did, man. I
turned into
seriously
something
thank
great.
you for that because that face-off was a game changer, man. That was amazing.
Hey,
That
man,
was amazing.
it's all a dream. It was all a dream, man. That's the Notorious, man. He's doing big things as a Pops these days. You know, he's been a Pops for a while, man, but he's showing up. You know, I'm curious about because, okay, so bare knuckle, BKFC is like the cream of the crop. And then the bigger ones that I see, not bigger than bare knuckle, but like the other videos, the highlights that I see are from like Russian fight clubs or something. Like, is there any big Russian famous dudes that are badass bare knuckle fighters that have tried to contact you and get in bare knuckle?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, there's a couple. The problem is it's hard to really make them a star over here right now, especially with the stuff going on with Russia and Ukraine. It's not easy to get them here. And then, you know, the time that we do our fights here, when it airs on Russian TV, it's like 5 a.m. So you're not getting a lot of although we have like 700,000 people, but we could get like 3 million people watching it. It's hard to build a Russian star here right now. But I think once, you know, when that war stops, hopefully soon, and we can go into Russia, I mean, there's so many Russian, they reach out, 10 of them every day, right? And guys, they bang, like they're no joke. They don't just get hit and take a knee. They bang. They knock out or get knocked out. I mean, they're bad dudes.
yeah. Yeah, they are, man. I mean, some of their fights are really cool, fun to see, but you know, I love how ours looks classy. I know when I get in there, I'm gonna try to be classy and sharp with it. So I guess let me say, say I dismantle the little heathen on October 4th. You know, is there any insights on where we might be aiming?
I'm hoping to have something already in the works, and I think I do. I got two different guys, but I can't drop the name. Obviously, the one we know who it possibly could be, and I think after coming
He's not
off
gonna do a bare knuckle though. He wants me to put the pillows back on.
Yeah, but they're not paying the kind of money.
Exactly, which is why I haven't gone back and tried to put the pillows on because it's like, and I've gotten to notice.
Mike, let me ask you a question. If people wanted to see you fight Darren Till, would they want to see you fight him in boxing or bare knuckle?
If you want to see the best Mike Perry show, the best, most violent fight possible that Platinum is going to be in, or just most violent fight possible anyways, is me in a bare knuckle event for sure.
Yeah, bare knuckle. I mean, I think people just get intrigued a little more on a bare knuckle because of the rawness of it and go, hey, I wonder how he's going to do there. I know he's good with the gloves on, but if he takes the gloves off, is he as good? And I think the question marks will make people be interested and create the curiosity to make them tune into this. But we got some things, man. Let's get through October 4th, and then let's start making some new things. I have a potential date for you. It just depends on how October 4th goes. It's not too far away either.
I heard that, man. We're cutting into the time. We got about 3 weeks, and we'll be performing in the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. New York's right there. There should be some wild folks up there. I look forward to putting on a show for them at Jersey. I got to hang out there a little bit when we went and did the press conference, and I went around this Hoboken area and had a little party for myself since it was plenty of time. I had some drinks, met some people, good time. So I really look forward to it, man. Thank you. I want to say thank you so much for your time, Dave. I know it's very important. I know you're probably working your ass off, getting everything ready for that show, man. If there's anything else you want to let the fans know, please, the floor is yours, sir.
If you want to watch the fight, this fight will be on DAZN. And if you want tickets, go to BKFC.com. That's BKFC.com. Grab your tickets now. They are selling at a really good pace. And don't miss this fight because it's the King of Violence Championship. You're going to see a lot of violence that night because we also have the Queen of Violence. So tune into that fight. And as always, Mike, man, thank you so much, and I appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much, brother.
so
Great
much.
to see you, Dave. I'll see you again
care.
soon, man.
I was
All
gonna pop
right,
him one more
man.
question, but
What a guy, man. That's my dog right there, man. Mr.
I tried to just kind of like sit back and let you do your thing because I could tell, bro. And that, that guy, he is. He's very interesting to me because I was gonna try to ask one more, but I don't need to.
I should have told him he seemed like his time was getting, tight. So I kind of just, sorry about that, Mac. I just
it's
felt
totally
like his
fine.
time was getting tight. And but I forgot to mention, Dave gave me my number one tool after my first bare knuckle fight. I haven't had an issue with it again yet since, and I don't want to jinx it with that. I just know that you got to work this. You got to work that forearm. And that's not the tool he gave me. The tool he gave me, he called me after the first fight and he said, these guys squeeze their fists so hard. Because in my first fight, I was all speed, so I had my hands open, and I'm just like, I try to close the fist in like a split second, and I'm making contact before my fist is closed, and then once you make that contact, you can't really squeeze it. So then I started training squeezed, and like, I'm squeezing them for 10 to 12 minutes, bro, and it's really been my most helpful tool is landing these shots with a nice tight fist and their head doesn't feel like it's breaking my hand. So
You've always said that. I mean, I didn't know. You've never told me. You've never
I never
said
told
that,
you specifically like
yeah,
that.
who it came from. You kind of always just say like that's how you do it. Like you figured it out, kind of. That's interesting.
Somebody knows that I said Feldman gave me this tip.
Oh, I believe you. You just
helped.
never alluded to that till now. That's awesome. He
Yeah,
seems
that
like
shit
such
helped me a lot, man.
cool guy, dude. Like here, what I was gonna ask him, so I'll just get your side of it. And like I was kind of being hesitant because I didn't want to, but there's clearly not a problem. But you look at the way anyone else works with their fighters, like, dude, he seems to like let people fight where they want to fight. Your biggest star started his own fucking promotion. He doesn't have a problem with it. Like it's like what. I don't know. Like why is he so chill when everyone else, all the other promoters seem to be complete opposite? Like, why does he let his fighters express themselves and go start their own ventures and be supportive of it? Like, he seems like a really down-to-earth
I think
dude.
he's a great dude,
Yeah.
I'm sure we all make mistakes in life. I know I certainly have and have, not made the best choices sometimes in life, and they've even caught that on camera. But, we live and we learn and we move on and we try to be 1% better every day. I've been on that. It's been my dad mode. He mentioned it that since I've, like when I got with them, I was kind of sharper, but then he was like, but what you've grown into since being there. I think it's like blatant, like Mike Perry, King of Violence, bare knuckle fighting champion. That guy sounds like a destructive guy, a reckless guy when you think of it. So I take that insight and I'm like, I need to paint a prettier picture than that. And like I just try to be my best, and becoming a father has definitely helped me. Like I want to be better for my wife, my kids. I know sometimes the trash talk, my wife will be like, cause I know I'm funny, damn it, sometimes. She's like, it was funny, but like you cringe. Okay, well I'm cringe sometimes, I get it, but they be saying some cringe stuff, so I say some cringe stuff, but I'm saying I try to paint that picture differently and be like, when you think of a badass bare knuckle fighter, it's gonna be, a good looking, young, handsome, successful Mike Perry. That's what it's gonna be. Healthy, down to have a good time, up for it if you will. All good stuff, man. When's your next tournament, Matt?
My tournament for what?
Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I don't know. I bought some. I can't wait to teach my son. I got Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I got these packs. I haven't opened these packs of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, bro.
Dude, I don't even, bro.
I used to love playing Yu-Gi-Oh, bro.
I collect baseball cards and kinda sometimes.
What do you think about that lady taking the baseball bat?
Oh, dude, let me explain. I will explain this. Okay, dude. Let me be perfectly clear. I grew up I literally grew up playing baseball. That was my whole culture and life. Okay, here's what happened in that video for anyone that doesn't understand. When the ball is hit, whether it's a foul ball or a home run, you have to grab it. You have to grab it. Now, it doesn't mean you can push someone over or anything. I'm not advocating for anything like that. It is a live ball. This Karen is sitting there. I swear to God, she literally puts down her drink. Like, hold on, let me put my drink down. I'll grab it. That is not your right. That is not your right. It wasn't even in the same row as you. I don't care the dude walked over there fastly and grabbed it.
Yeah, like what did she say to him? Like
she walked up to him and she said, "I had it in my hand first." There is no evidence of that. I don't believe that he
took
ripped
it right out of her hand. But look, he surely felt guilty enough to be like,
I don't think that's what happened.
I'm gonna take that from my son. I would have knocked that lady out.
Well, see, and that lady's never ran into someone that told her no, dude. And that guy, I don't know. I think there's an argument. Dude, I wouldn't have given it up.
Listening, I would have not knocked that lady.
No, we know. My mom would have. Tori would have squared up.
You're not taking the ball from my son.
Yes, 100%. But then at the same time, though, like, dude, this lady's like making a scene. This is like gonna be. I don't know, bro. I don't know what you do there. I'd tell her. You know, if I was a kid, my mom would have boxed that bitch.
But the guy made the right choice. He's like, you know what? Here, take it. And just get the camera away from us.
Yeah, dude. I heard the kid said, like, what the like, bro, I don't. That was disgusting, bro.
At least they brought him some gifts.
Yeah, and so, I don't know. Like, bro, that lady is completely wrong, and if that's just not the culture of baseball. She's wearing a nice-ass Phillies
They made her a star. Will we see her on another meme? Is somebody going to play a joke on her? Be like,
they already are, dude. At the bananas baseball.
That kid's probably going to get some cool stuff now. Maybe he'll get
He already did. He got signed back from Bader.
Oh, wow.
Because everyone knows that lady was in the wrong. They took him back. They literally took him back into the back. And the Phillies guy signed him a baseball bat with his whole family and gave him. But, like, that's where... Can you imagine that sitting there chasing...
His dad made the right decision. That's what...
In hindsight...
My son would have been sitting there with the ball that I got him instead of getting all that cool stuff. Because I'd have been like, no, I'm not giving you the ball.
Okay, here's the funny part. I want to... Dude, her husband or whatever let's say partner, I don't know what the... sitting there watching all this go down, she goes back to her seat and then they're all booing her. You always give the ball to the kid unless it's a Barry Bonds home run that's worth money. Like, get the out. She's literally going like this, you to everybody. She doubled down on it, and the dude is just sitting there horrified.
I did not see that, bro. He didn't get slept on the way out of the stadium?
I think he's probably used to that behavior, and he's like, I will get slept at some point if I don't just sit here with my hand crossed, like, yes, ma'am. Like, what the
she gonna sleep him?
I don't know, dude.
I'm talking about one of the angry fans.
Yeah, they were pissed at her, bro. They were all pissed at her because everyone that watches baseball knows that's not how it works. That dude didn't do anything to you, and you never take the ball from the kid. You old... here's why I get so upset about this. First of all, it's just up. Second of all, when I was a little kid, 100%, Ichiro Suzuki and King Griffey are my favorite players of all time. And Ichiro, I went all the way to Texas to watch him play Seattle Mariners versus the Rangers, and he gave me a ball. I went early for batting practice. He walked up to me and handed me a ball, and when I lifted it up to show my dad, who was like 20 rows back, a dude took it out of my glove and ran off. And my dad never found him. So my favorite player ever.
He had that.
She didn't touch that.
She lost.
See, look at her put down the drink. Like, she's like, she did not have it. That's literally how it works. Ball goes to the kid. It would be different if she had a little daughter right there. It'd be like, come on, dude. Like, no. She is completely in the wrong, and then buckles down. Like, what a psycho, dude. And this type
Why
of energy.
he did that? Why'd he do that? Oh my God.
I think because he knows she was chasing him down and like had no idea how to react, because that's not what happens. I think like the way he's overplaying it, like holding him and everything. I think he knew that was
Right.
chasing him.
Right.
And now he's like, he just has no idea what to do. Like, what do you do?
Oh my gosh. So many views. What's been going on with the sports intercom, or what do you call the big TVs? What do you call them?
Like the kiss cams, the jumbotron.
Jumbotrons. Yeah, dude. People been getting caught up on those. And
Bad, dude. That woman got torched, dude. Like, and then, you know, you think of like the Coldplay concert recently too. Like, bro.
oh my gosh, I forgot to ask Feldman something. I wanted to know if he has been talking to my partner in Platinum Tequila. Obviously, they talk, but like, if he knows about the plans for this stuff. I mean, this stuff's got to blow up huge. If this stuff all comes together that my partner's been telling me, I wonder if Feldman knows. I'm going to have to ask him later, and I'll have to tell you guys about it next time. When I go see him this week down there in Hollywood, Hard Rock, can we talk about how there was supposedly 10 bottles of Platinum Tequila in the building on Dirty Boxing, and there doesn't seem to be any damn camera footage, photos, videos, or anything tagged anywhere on any social media. No photographer sending me this. They was there in the building, but everybody was pouring it into a clear cup, and then everything you saw of the fans in the stands who was drinking, because the production wasn't drinking it, the fighters wasn't drinking it.
Next fight card put me in charge of that.
But hey,
that
let's
booth.
talk. Let's talk about Yoel Romero fighting this Friday in bare knuckle, making his debut in the bare knuckle fighting championship. We just had on the boss man. Pleasure speaking with him. Yoel Romero is not just a devastating fighter. He's a clean-cut athlete. He's about health and life, and I've gotten the chance to hang out with him in Jordan, in the Middle East. That was really cool to be there with him and like just get to know him and stuff, man. We were having fun, you know, and making jokes, just hilarious. And he's so smooth and swift in his movements and how he creates just banger matchups and fights. Like, he just devastates stuff, and he makes it look so easy. So I really look forward to seeing his bare knuckle fighting debut this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we got, after that, one of the biggest definitely the biggest boxing match of the year. Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence T-Bud Crawford. Turkey Al-Ashiki does it again with Dana White, Zuffa Boxing. Big time stuff. Friend of the show is on the card. Callum Walsh is on there. He might be the co-main.
That's interesting.
I don't know if he's the co-main. Yes, he is the co-main. All right, everybody, welcome our guest, Ataman Fiziev, the UFC contender right now, making his way to the title fights that he needs. How are you, sir?
Hey, good to meet you guys, and yeah, hope it's good now. Yeah, I'm good. I'm in Florida, enjoying with this land. Yeah, I like to be in America and train.
Yeah, amen. Love being in Florida. What part of Florida do you train here somewhere?
Yeah, I train in Killcliff.
Okay.
Yeah, with Henry Hooft. Yeah.
Okay,
He's
shout out
both
Henry
here.
Hoof, man. I like that guy. He's a good coach. He's got
I agree.
you guys got some great fighters on your team over there, getting some work with Gilbert Burns
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. He teach here also to teach here some jiu-jitsu classes. Gave a good experience for us.
Third degree black belt. Last I saw him, he's probably a fourth degree by
He's a
now.
monster, man. He's a monster on the ground, and not only on the ground.
Yeah, I heard that. So, big difference between, we set up a new sport. Me and my partners, we set up Dirty Boxing Championships. Have you seen that?
Honestly, not. No. I see
Okay.
one time. I see something. Yeah. Who is the fight last?
What about Milos Janicic? You didn't watch Milos?
Nah.
Oh, okay. We've had a few good fighters like Yoel has
Arlovsky.
fought for us. Andre Arlovsky fought for us. Dirty Boxing. It's a new sport. It's just boxing with elbows, spinning back fists, and ground and pound with
Muay Thai
4-ounce
without the
gloves.
kicks.
Oh, I'm gonna check that for sure, and I was love it to watch. I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, man. Check it out sometime. I think all the fighters really love it. We just the whole sport is about kind of banging in the middle.
For sure, it's not like just boxing, bare knuckle, his elbows, like spinning back kicks. That's crazy.
It's not bare knuckle. We have 4-ounce gloves.
That's crazy. That's so good.
Yep. Yeah, it's a pretty wild sport. Check out the clips that we got. That was a big win for this fighter here. And then if you knock your opponent down with strikes, you can ground and pound for the finish. No kicks.
You can ground and pound also there.
Yes, if you knock your opponent down with a strike.
Wow.
It's fun, right? Look, I'm so happy to see your reaction.
Yeah, really good. I'm gonna going to watch that. I'm looking forward to watch that after.
Yes, please enjoy the show. I commentate on there. I try to be funny
But
sometimes.
there's no kick, yeah? No kick, no knee.
I want to ask, no kick, no knees. They wearing shoes.
Wow.
It's boxing with elbows, spinning back fists, and ground and pound.
Wow. That's good for boxers, the guys who love the hands like you, yeah?
Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. So, I mean, I appreciate the excitement for the brawling fights, but yours is a more calculated one in the UFC. You're a very smart fighter. How's training going? Setting up for your fight against Charles Oliveira. That's coming up, man. So shout out to you for that. He's a legend, and you get to face him. What can you tell us about your game plan and how that fight looks?
I try to be smart, honestly. Yeah, I try to be smart on my fights. Yeah, against Charles, yeah, he's a legend also. Yeah, he's how many times he defend his belt, how many bonuses he have, and he's a superstar. He's like for me, like I fight twice with Justin, and now is Charles. For me, is like wow, I fight with this guy who's like so good. I'm on the top now. I fight with these top fighters, like so good. I'm happy to be there. I'm happy to be here, and I can't wait to go into see him in the cage. And he's a strong one. He's a famous one. He have a very good grappling, crazy ground game. He's also a good striker. He's always going forward. He loved the fight. And he have big heart also. But I'm also not growing in the library, how we say. Yes, I'm love to fight. I'm really enjoying when I'm fighting. And yeah, my heart is one of the hardest fight in his career for sure. I believe that.
I like that. You said, what was that you just said? It was like an analogy. You said
In the library.
I'm not growing in a library.
Yeah. On the Russians, they have some slang. Yeah, they're saying like that. Like I'm not growing. In
Like if you're not gonna learn how to swim by reading about water.
What do you again? Tell me again, please.
Like you're jumping in the water. You're getting your feet
Yeah,
wet.
yeah.
Yeah, you're willing to go in there and trade and see what you're both made of. Obviously, you're up against that famous Brazilian jiu-jitsu that Charles has, and you're gonna try to make it. You had a couple banger fights with Justin Gaethje, you mentioned, and he's trying to get the fight with Ilia Topuria. Do you think he's deserving of that, or would you like to face Charles and then have something to say about that?
Deserving? What you mean? Sorry, I didn't understand a little bit.
Justin Gaethje is trying to fight Ilia Topuria for the title. Do you think he deserves that?
Yeah, Justin, yeah, I think he deserves that. He deserves that, but we also have Arman, who number one also, and we have rankings, and who number one, he have to fight for the belt also. Like, so Arman also deserve that, and but it's hard to say Justin not deserve that. So for me, it's like, just I don't know who's who pick the champion, who he want to fight also, like maybe. Right. But I think this both guys deserve the title shot.
Okay, I got one here. Huge fan, Rafael. Like, as a fan, when we saw like Charles Oliveira get knocked out the way he did, a lot of fans are saying like his chin is shot. He's always kind of gone down when he gets hit, but then he's never been put out like that. Then they throw you, Charles Oliveira, as a fighter. Do you think like his chin is shot? Is it, they offer you a huge fight like that. Of course you're going to take it. But like, does it change your game strategy? Like, I just got to touch him once, he's going to go down. Like, what do you think about his last KO loss like that?
Honestly, I don't know. I never believe in my life, like when you go knockout and after that you're going knockout like more easily. Like your chin is bad. Like, I don't believe for that so much, honestly. But maybe it's right, but I'm not on my camp. Like, I'm not getting ready for like, oh, his chin is like is bad. I get touch him and he's like shake and all. No, I don't think about that. And I'm ready for his pressure. I'm ready for his pressure because for all his fights he the same. He's going forward. He pressure. He throw a lot of punches and try going to the ground. Yeah, he's strong also, heavy punches, and same thing. I think he's gonna be with me. Yeah, and I'm just bite him and fly like a bee, Bite, fly like a bee. Bite, fly like a bee, and bite with my elbows, kicks, knees, and hands, So.
Yeah, I like that. Fly
what
like
makes you so willing to be the villain a lot? You've embraced that type of thing. You don't mind going into enemy territory and, cleaning someone's clock, Why do you like doing that so much?
Because I like fighting so much, and I'm growing in a place. So I'm a white guy, like European with blue eye, and I'm growing in Asia, around the Asian people. Everybody Asian, and I fight in a country where like it's my country. I fight there in a country championship many times. So like I have a lot of amateur fights there. And always like all arena against me, from the beginning, from 11, 12 years old, And I know I'm growing like that, everybody against me, like almost all arena, scream and support my opponent, And so for me, it's going to other place and fight with a guy where all arena support him. For me, it's more easy than I fight last time in my home and everybody support me, So for me, it's more easy, I like when people don't like me, and this is more motivate me, and like I always start to think like, okay. Now you don't like me. Now everybody wanna I lose. But if I wanna smash you, guy, I make you shock, guys. I make you shock, and you everybody gonna sad or you everybody gonna love me. So this motivated me a lot,
Kind of like if they're going to hate you, you're going to give them a reason to hate you. You'll go over there and beat up their boy. It doesn't bother you at all.
Brazil
That's
fans,
dope.
they're crazy a little bit. They're saying some like, you're going to kill, you're going to die. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's do or die. Like, if you're at home, everyone, you know, like your mom and everybody's like right there, and they all want, you know, to just, I don't know, give you a hug. And you're like thinking about that, and then you got to go in there and fight. I try to think, oh man, I'm at home, like I gotta win here, or else they're gonna attack the lands I live on. But then when you're going over to enemy territory, and I totally get that mindset. I mean, because you're getting that, and it's kind of what you wanted or preferred. Do you think this will be your best performance yet?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. It's my best performance. All my fights, every time when I prepare to the fight, I'm looking and I'm thinking about the best performance. And yeah, like everybody say, many fighters say, and I always think about that all my career. Like we are gladiators, and on modern gladiators. So I'm gonna go long time ago, like on the Napoleon time, on I don't know, like Genghis Khan time. So what all of these people want? They wanna go and win new territory, yeah. So we have almost the same now. We can travel to Brazil and win this and be the famous there, and make them sad, win them guy, you know. So. Yeah, for me it's like I was on the history a long time ago, and I'm with my army going to new territory to take that.
You said something. You mentioned being 11 years old and kind of going into this stuff. I've read before, like, I don't know a ton about your history and like your past, where you come from, all this stuff, but I read that your dad bought you and your cousin boxing gloves, and you didn't particularly like sparring or fighting that much until you switched schools at around 11 or 12, I think I read, and then you picked up Muay Thai because I read that you were bullied. Like, can you just expand on that a little bit? Tell me your story, bro.
My story is a little bit, I'm like a nomad. Yeah, because I born in Kazakhstan. I lived there 12 years. And after my family moved to Kyrgyzstan, it's like next to Kazakhstan, country next to Kazakhstan. Yeah. And I lived there 10 years. And after 10 years, I lived to Thailand. And in Thailand, I lived last 10 years. So, like, I'm 32, it's 12 Kazakhstan, 10 Kyrgyzstan, 10 Thailand. So I'm not staying in one place. Yeah, in Kazakhstan, where I born, like, when I was like 5, 6, my father working, he was police officer. And he gonna buy some gloves to the village. Because we live in a village. He called all of cousins. He put the gloves. He said, like, okay, who's number one? I pay, like, imagine, like $10. Number 2, $5. Number 3 is like $1 or $2, something like that. And bro, honest, everybody beat me, man. I don't like boxing so much when I was young, because everybody beat me when I was kid. All my cousins, they beat me. I always fight like until the end, you know. I'm going like crazy, but they beat me so much. I eat a lot of punches. So after we moved to Kyrgyzstan, I going to school in a city, in a big city, in the capital city of Kyrgyzstan, and like. My father said to me, like, you want to go to boxing? I said, no, I hate boxing. I don't want to go boxing. Like, I'm going to wrestle. Yeah. And I go school. Yeah. And I have bullying. Like the boys bullying me because I'm from the village. The boy coming from the village. I was 11 years old. Yeah. They smashed me first day. 2 boys, they smashed me.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you started taking them down?
Yeah, he just come to me and he said, like, hey, you want to fight? I told him, man, like, why I have to fight with you? Like, I don't want to fight. And he gave me good slap, you know, like, chah. I like, hey man, like, come on, I cannot fight. I have a blood pressure, you know. I tell him, like, I have a blood pressure. I cannot fight. I remember that. Then he gave me with other hand slap again. Cha! And I was like, hey, I don't want to fight. Like, I turn and I go. And I was scared to go to school. I remember, but I still go. And this guy's like bullying me like maybe a month. And after, so I go into school September, and in November 2, I'm going to train Muay Thai. Yeah, 2 months they're gonna bully me so much, and after I gonna train Muay Thai 1 month, and I go to country championship after 1 month, and I take second place in country championship on the juniors. On the juniors,
And they stopped bullying you?
bro, I come back and first day I smash this guy who slapped me. I smash him, bro. I promise, bro. I take his head like this on the clinch. I put it down, and I smash him with my knees. I think he never forget that, because like I see him in the classroom. He going to me, and I push him with my shoulder, and he turned away. He turned to me like, "What the f- you did?" I said, "What?" And I take his little head and I smash him all. I never forget that in my life. Because it's tasty so much. Because I go to train just because I want to smash these guys. The next day I smash other one, but I don't punch him because I come to him like say, "Hey, you want to fight? Let's go." Because I start to believe myself. I have 3 fights on counter championship. I win 2, but I win first one with a knockout. Second one was like I smashed the guy, and third one on the final was a strong guy. I have a very close fight. I don't believe I lost, but his hand is. So he's win, and I start to believe myself like, yeah, I can fight. I can fight. I'm a fighter. Yeah.
So is that when you thought you could be like a professional fighter fighting for world titles and in the highest organization? Did you manifest all this that you're facing now, or is that when you decided like, yeah, I'm gonna be a professional fighter? Did you know how deep professional fighting got already at that age?
Yeah, it was my dream because I watched my father also when we was in the village when I was like 8, 9, before we moved to Kyrgyzstan. Yeah, before I start train, he bring the UFC second and UFC third on a you remember, not CD, but I don't know how to say this, HD, like S.
On a VH.
Yeah, the big one.
VHS, bro.
Big
Yeah,
one. He bring it, like second and third UFC tournaments. I remember that when the Tank Abbott fight, when the Gracie champion was, like I remember that like on the beginning, and I was watching that and I was like, oh, I want to fight there too, so good. Yeah, and I want to go to wrestle, like I remember. And after I start to make Muay Thai, and his elbow, the clinching, the heavy takedowns, and after because we have small country, we fight everywhere where we can fight. Karate, hand-to-hand fighting, combat sambo, like everywhere. Taekwondo, like kickboxing. I fight everywhere, every week, from since 11.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. With the best teachings from all around the world. Where's 5 of your top favorite places that you've been and spent 10 years and 10 years in 3 different places? And I know you said you like coming to America. Why is that? Is it just easier here to go get some things that you simply need, or like, there was some really cool places in Thailand or Kyrgyzstan? Tell us, like what the differences are between here and those other countries you lived in, and where your favorite might be.
I like all of these countries. Kazakhstan is very close to me because I born there. All my family there still.
Right.
Still all my family there. Like all my cousins, uncles, like all of my big family. Because my father, he have nine children in a home.
Do you go back?
Yeah. Of course. Like once a year, twice a year, I always going back. Right. Yeah. And sorry?
No, go ahead. I was going to ask a question. Go ahead. Finish.
Yeah, and Kyrgyzstan also I like. It's very beautiful country. A lot of mountains, like a Switzerland. Very beautiful high mountains, like very good nature. Like beautiful, good people also. Yeah, Thailand is, everybody know Thailand. Yeah, they're also so good. Not about
Thailand is fun. Thailand is fun. Oh, the
but
lady
other
voice.
things is
No
all
more.
good.
No more.
Wait, real
Thailand
quick,
is
Mike.
fun.
I gotta ask this. I've never had this opportunity. So, with all due respect, have you seen, since you're from Kazakhstan, have you seen Borat? And what do you think about that
Bro, that's
movie?
crazy. I don't know why he picked Kazakhstan. Why he started to do his.
I don't know. But we don't know either. That's like the funny part where I'm like, now I actually have someone from Kazakhstan sitting here. Was that movie funny? Did that make it over there? Because that was culturally all over the place here.
I just hear about it, and when I watch little video, small video about that, when he just tried to joke about Kazakhstan, but in Kazakhstan people hate this. Those that don't like it so much, man. Yeah,
Really?
some of them they're saying like, okay, this is good for us. We are famous now in the world. Everybody talk about Kazakhstan, but most of people they're angry for that. They were, I don't know if you go to Kazakhstan, they're gonna smash him there, bro.
They're gonna. Interesting. I had to ask.
Yeah, I forget that was even.
They're gonna him there if you go there.
Yeah, if you
for
go
real.
there. But I mean, I thought that movie was kind of funny, not just because the guy not having anything to do with Kazakhstan, but so being from Kazakhstan, do you know? I mean, isn't Hamzat from Kazakhstan?
No, Valentina Shevchenko is from Kyrgyzstan, where he moved later. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm sorry I mixed that up, but the other fighter too is from the one who beat Jeff Neal.
Shavkat from
Yeah,
Shavkat
Shavkat.
Rakhmonov. Yes, he's from Kazakhstan. Do you know him? Have you trained
I
with
know
him?
him. I trained with him long time. We train here with him in Kilcliff. We live in the same hotel. Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
One time I going to corner him in his fight against the Brazil guy, short, strong guy. I forget his name. Shavkat choked him.
Yeah. That was Jeff? Was that
No,
Jeff?
not just some Brazilian guy. He's very short,
Oh, okay.
very short and strong, like I don't know.
Yeah. No.
And Shavkat choked him in the first round.
Shavkat's great.
Michel
fighter.
Prazeres.
Yes,
Michel
Prazeres.
Prazeres.
Yes. This guy.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, and I give the best massage to Shavkat between the rounds because I'm from Thailand.
They taught you the massage in Thailand?
I go a few times.
Oh, when you do you shake the
Yeah, I shake
arms.
his
You're
arms,
talking
yeah.
about. Yeah, get the blood flow or less blood flow. I don't know what's better in a fight. Big arms, you get the blood
Bro,
flowing. And then
when somebody
you can't
give
throw
you
as
massage
fast
on
punches.
between the rounds, it's help for you? What do you think?
I never get that. You know, I have just my girlfriend in there putting ice on my back, and she was frozen stiff. She didn't know what to do.
Because when I have that, somebody massage my hands, I don't feel anything. I still tired. My hands is still like heavy, like this doesn't help.
Right, I get it. I mean, the mix between grappling and striking, because you're a mixed martial artist, do you go into a fight like this thinking it doesn't matter where it goes, whether it's on the feet, the kickboxing, in the clinch, or ends up on the ground? It doesn't matter where the fight goes, you're going to best it? Or is there a plan, you want to keep Charles on his feet, get him putting pressure on you, time him coming in, hit him with big shots, and if he falls down, ground and pound and get out? Or you don't want to get stuck in his guard, things like that?
Yeah, of course. I'm a kickboxer and Muay Thai fighter. Most of my fights it's a Muay Thai, and I have long amateur career in Muay Thai, a lot of fights, and of course my goal is to stay on the feet. Like I said, bite him, fly, bite him and fly, so make him hurt and move a lot. Yeah.
I love it.
Trying to make him hurt so much and move a lot. Yeah, that's my game. So if he take me down, my plan is come back to the feet and continue.
And when you get submissions, do they just kind of present themselves?
Gets what when I get submissions?
Yeah, like if you're hitting someone and you know they put their head down and they're there for a guillotine or you know, or their back is there to take it. If when you get a submission, was it something you started looking for, or it just you're trying to knock them out and then they give you their back and then you're like, this is my chance to finish it?
In the gym, yeah, I try to get it. I try to submit the guys. I try to wrestle so much. But on this fight with Charles, no, I don't wanna so much about some. Yeah, I just have to hurt him. Yeah, because this guy, you know, even when he's on knockdown, or even when you touch him good, he's going to his back and like everybody try to punching him, but he's good always. I think when he was sleeping and we wake him up with a good choke, he's getting ready, you know.
Wake him up with a good choke.
Well, I mean, that's always been his MO. That's always what he does. Like, you know, you could put him down, and it wasn't until Ilia hit him like that. Well, I'm curious, what are your thoughts on Ilia?
Ilia.
Like, how good do you think he is? What's his roof? Like, what makes him so special?
He's a strong boxer. He have heavy hands. Yeah. He's strong boxer. He have good timing. He have good eye. Yeah. Good defense from the wrestling. He have also not bad wrestling. He take down people. He's good ground game. Also. Yeah.
I'm curious. Did you watch the fights this weekend?
I was on the plane, bro.
Did you not see Ruffy versus BSD? I wanted to ask you about that because it kind of reminds me, you know, you're very good at avoiding the takedowns and stuff like that, but Ruffy just got completely dominated with those takedowns where he clearly wants to strike like you do. Like, have you seen that back
I didn't see this fight, bro. I just see how he tapped. That's it. Yeah, because I was on the plane. I going to New York. My plan is coming to New York and go and watching the fights there. But in New York starts some storm. I don't know. And we stay in Virginia, just in an airport, like 3 hours non-stop. We cannot go outside of the plane. We just stay in 3 hours in a plane. Like, that's crazy.
Oh,
and I cannot watching the fight. I tried to put the fight. And my link also my UFC app in the phone. I don't know why, because I'm living in Thailand. I'm registered in Thailand. I cannot watch.
So when you come here, it won't let you watch it on UFC app.
That's I don't know. I cannot watch it, and I was sitting plain angry because I cannot watching the fights.
Damn. Yeah, you missed a pretty crazy card. I mean, all BSD did was he clearly wanted to get him down. He bulldozed him, held him down, and Ruffy really had no answers for him whatsoever. He never even got shots off. So I was gonna get, you know, your opinion on why that is, you know. But yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I was thinking before he have problems with that. If somebody take him down, I was thinking before, like I don't see like how he play on the ground when even if somebody put him to the cage, he sit down, and how he's there, you know. So he have to work.
Yeah.
well, if everything goes right for you, in this upcoming matchup, you know, what's next? What are your sights set on?
Oh man, that's if I win this fight, a lot of ways. Yeah, I'm on a top 5, and he just fight for the belt also. I think maybe one more fight and I can fight for the belt also. Yeah, for me it's a big chance to go very close to the belt. Yeah.
Which one of those top 5 guys would you want to face next if everything, you know, goes the way you want it to?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's who is there now?
Who do you think is the easiest fight for you?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say who is there now. Maybe I hear the Paddy fight against maybe Paddy fight against Arman, and Topuria fight against Gagey. Max Holloway also there. So a lot of good fights. All of these fights for me is like dream fight. All of these fights, like I'm ready, you know, just for the next, you know. Like I can't say now like, oh, this guy or this guy or this guy. All of this, Max Holloway, Justin, he beat me twice. Maybe fighting with him third time is only for the belt, I think. And they have Paddy, they have Arman, they have like all of these guys is like is big fights for me.
Oh man, you got a lot of good options. All tough options though. All a bunch of guys not trying to.
And with Arman, we trained together a long time. In Thailand, we trained long together, and.
Right, I figured he would be last option.
Yeah, last option, and I always think about that. So if we fight, we fight only for the belt, or for contender, for the title shot, you know. So.
What do you think about Paddy Pimblett and his style?
He's also like, I don't know, maybe many people saying like, oh, Paddy, not like many people say like not serious for him, you know. But this guy is dangerous. My opinion. He's very dangerous. He have like he's not comfortable. I don't like fight with guys like Paddy because he punch and kicks from everywhere. I don't know his angles.
Unorthodox.
Yeah. Sometimes he stay like that and punch from there, you know. So he's not comfortable guy, and he has good.
He does look like that.
so his fight, his
like
kick and punch from all angles, and he's also have big heart, and he's attacking when the grappling. He like to submit. Yeah, he's a strong guy. He have heavy hands.
That was pretty good, man. I like that one. So, you know, Rafael, man. I just want to say it's been great and pleasure to meet you. It's great.
Wait, before we do that, let me ask you a question, Rafael.
Ahead,
I've seen some funny videos. Like, bro, you're a fan favorite, 100%. You post some funny videos on social media, especially when you're in America. You've posted some videos. Like the last one I remember, you were standing there on the street, I think in New York or somewhere like that, and there's a guy, like a homeless, shirtless guy, I think with a rainbow flag, I don't know, dancing behind you. I'm just curious. You've been all over the world. What is like the funniest thing about America to you?
Funniest thing about America? I don't know.
Yeah, and this is you say whatever you want, man. Like it's funny.
Oh man, I don't know. In America,
like you can say
America,
whatever,
bro. This is I feel freedom here, bro. I don't know how you guys feel here, but I feel here freedom.
Free.
You know, I really feel here freedom. So when I was come to border and I go into America, like I feel like, oh my God, I'm on the freedom, you know, honestly.
That's a really cool way to say it, dude. That's super cool for anybody listening, man. We're so blessed to live here in America and get to be here. But, you know, we still like travel the world, go see some places.
Come to Thailand, guys. If you're going to come there, it's honored to meet you guys there.
I'll definitely hit you up, man. I got to go sometime to a Muay Thai spot or something because even though I don't do kicks no more. I don't do kicking no more, man. Bare knuckle. October 4th, I'm fighting that guy.
Come, I live in Phuket, guys. Come, it's honored for me to meet you there.
All right, man. We'll have to come out, check out I heard it's beautiful out there.
Be my guest, guys, there. If you're coming there, I share everything from me, guys. Be my guest there. You remember in Phuket, have a guy. If you come there, be my guest.
Bet.
Thank you,
I'll
brother.
be there next week.
Sounds good, man. Thanks for
I know I was there, brother. After fight, I was there. Come.
Yes, sir.
Hey, if there's anything you want to let the fans know before you get out of here, please, the floor is yours.
Oh, what I can say, like without fans, we are nothing. Yeah. I'm looking forward to win this guy, and I'm looking forward to go and stay close to the belt. So when I step into the cage, I'm let all of fans enjoy for sure.
Looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to you shaking up that division. You know, these people have been at the top for a long time. You have too. I'm ready to see some new contenders, some new fights, and, you know, cheering for you, bro. Go get that KO.
Thank you.
Congrats on all your hard work,
Thank
bro.
you. Thank you. God bless, guys. All the best.
Peace out, Fiziev. Man, you know what? I didn't see it until right at the end when you were like, I'm hoping the best for you. I'd like to see you come in there and shake up the division. When you said that, I looked at your face and looked at his. You guys kind of looked alike, bro.
Bro, well, you know, I thought it was.
Are you Kazakhstanian?
I have Russian in me. But I'm mostly Scottish.
Yo, pause. You had a Russian in you?
Oh, yeah, dude. No, yeah, it was Gary. He speaks Russian.
Whoa! What the? Hell, that's getting clipped, boy. Oh my god, bro.
Had to take it.
Matt, thanks so much for your help today, brother. And fans, thank you all so much for tuning in to another great Overdogs podcast, man. I thought this one was cool, man. This was a cool one for sure. I had the ball playing on here, David Feldman and Rafael Fiziev. You know, he's a tough fighter. I should have asked him about that outfit he was wearing since
I was gonna too, dude.
I know it. I obviously know that has nothing to do with them. I don't know if that was a Thailand dress though, like, or a Kazakhstan dress thing. Well,
yeah, that's. I mean, it looks like the Shevchenko wears sometimes. So.
Oh, okay. No, that's fire. Like I got a little robe from Jordan.
Yeah, I bet it looks light. It looks like it breathes, bro. It looks like you can really accomplish any tasks you need to. You're dressed for the occasion no matter what, and those things.
Good times here on Overdogs podcast with my boy Mac Malley, man. Great to see you guys. Thanks again, and stay tuned for more. We're always at your necks. Let's go.